From Cajon Speedway, it's time for the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. This program is being brought to you by Mechanix Wear, the real stuff. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Cajon Speedway for the second go-round of the 2001 season for the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. If you were with us for the first race of the 2001 season here at the Speedway, you saw some great action and a little bit of fireworks in the final 5 laps, which provided some great action for the fans here as well as for those of you watching via television. Well, we've had some change in the last few weeks. Some drivers have returned and some new faces have arrived as well as some new sponsors on some of these race trucks. So let's have a look at what's happening with the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge.
The latest news hitting the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is the return of the 2000 season champion Darren Young. Young had started the year driving in the Southwest Series, but has decided to put that idea on hold and return to the Sawyer Motorsport Speed Truck.
Oh yes, I'll tell you, it's actually good to be back. It's a great series to be in. Little unfortunate situations with me in running the tour this year. I got fortunate enough after winning the championship, I got a ride in a tour car. It only lasted 2 races though. We kind of put that on the back burner and decided to come back out and have some real fun with some good racers and stuff.
John Holmes is another returning face to the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. After the unfortunate death of his team owner back in '99, Holmes has now resurfaced with a new truck that sports a new sponsorship.
Now we're back. We've got a new sponsor, All Cities Construction, and my cousin Chris being part of it. I just can't tell you. We're glad to be back here, and hopefully we'll get some top 5s in.
Chris, what has brought All Cities Enterprises to the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge?
Well, with the Speed Truck Challenge, with its 4 televised races here at El Cajon and 5 televised races at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, prompted All Cities Enterprises to jump back on board because it understands the importance of marketing cross promotions both in television and in motorsports. So it's a great place for us to be, and we're glad to have All Cities Enterprises on board.
Doug Ingram sports a smile on his face that can only be put there with a new sponsorship package that he's more than happy to boast about.
Snugtop's a first-class company, McGuire's is a first-class company, Merck is a first-class company, Fuller Truck Accessories. I think that we've brought on pretty much West Whittier Paint. They're all first-class companies, and that's what we've been trying to attract with our team.
Jimmy Perry, the driver of the number 26 speed truck, is using his race team to help put a smile on the faces of kids in need at the Ronald McDonald House of Loma Linda.
I think any more of the role models for kids are NASCAR people, that the ball sports aren't doing it anymore. And so we wanted to give something back. We haven't got, a sponsor on the car yet, but as far as the Ronald McDonald House goes, it's a home away from home for critically ill children, and it's a great program. I think it's 8 rooms up there, and what it does is it houses families and children that are in the Southern California area for heart surgery and that sort of thing at Loma Linda University Medical Center. So far it's a great deal. We're happy to be part of it and happy to be speed truck racing.
That's the latest happenings with the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. If you'd like to know more on how you can get involved with this growing racing series, then simply log on to www.speedtruck.com. There you'll find a wealth of information on how you can become an active part of this rapidly growing division. There's not a more economical way to go truck racing than the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. With a fractional cost of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge offers so much to their participants that other racing series cannot match. Call for more information at 909-949-4780 or drop an email at speedtruck@earthlake.net. Stay with us. We'll have tonight's starting lineup and 50 laps of racing with the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway. The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Linux, the official bed liner of the Speed Truck Challenge. Easy Up Instant Shelters, the world's fastest shelters, the original shade. K&N Performance Filters, you can feel the power in the air. Frank's Radio Service, there's only one way to do 2 ways, and that's Frank's Way.
This is a pair of Mechanix Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the Mechanix wear.
We take any truck bed, spray it, and you can do this. Linex.
Race fans, you can get behind the wheel of a NASCAR stock car at Irwindale Speedway for just $139. Call toll-free 877-901-RACE. That's right, for just $139, you'll be roaring around the high bank turns of Irwindale Speedway in a 400-horsepower NASCAR stock car. Don't miss this opportunity to live life in the fast lane at the Race Training Center at Irwindale Speedway. Call toll-free 877-901-RACE for reservations or visit us at www.racetrainingcenter.com.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Portacool, portable cooling anywhere. Speedway Specialty Products, top quality products for all your racing needs. The Race Training Center, put a little fast in your life. And by Delson Products, total tool management systems. Welcome back to Cajon Speedway, everybody, where we are getting set for 50 laps of racing. So let's take a look at our starting lineup here for the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. In row 1 on the pole with a Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauce Chevy, Jeff Davis in the number 1 truck. On his outside in the number 10, RaceTruckRental.com Ford, it's Troy DeCure. Darren Young, the 2000 season champion, in the number 11 truck, outside with Richard Franz in the number 7. Chris Hines in the 01 with Randy Brown in the 99 making up row 3. Dave Hartsook in number 30 and Bobby Sayers in number 16 make up row 4. Andy Bargier in 21 and Scott Ruschenberg in 55 make up row 5. John Holmes and Kerry Steen all the way down from British Columbia making up row 6. Scott Saunders in the number 4 truck with Peter Guy in the Linex truck. Steve Prescott in 91 and Ron Nava in number 72 make up row number 8. Jimmy Perry in number 26 and Donnie Goodwin in number 33 make up row number 9. And Jeff Rochlew in number 13 and Doug Ingram in number 12 make up row 10. Bobby Hillis in truck number 27 and Dan DiGiacomo on his outside in number 31. And finally, it's Gary Bryant in 94 and Troy Anderson in the number 6 truck. Now let's take a look at our in-truck cameras for tonight. In the number 1 truck, Jeff Davis with the Big Daddy's Barbecue and RaceTruckRental.com cam. In the 29 truck, Peter Guy takes us along for the ride with a Linex and Husky Tools cam. We have a great outside the back window look with a 16 truck and Bobby Sayers. And the 30 truck, Dave Hartsook with the McGuire's Polishes and Wax cam. Now for 50 laps of action, let's head upstairs to Tom McGrath, who's got the call for this main event.
Jeff Davis, the experienced veteran, starts on the pole. Former Winston West competitor and very much traveled and experienced veteran as the green flag flies, getting this 50-lap Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge main event underway. Side by side, door handle, nose to truck tailgate. They fly into turn number 3. And Troy DeCure in truck number 10 comes out of turn number 4 and motors into turn number 1 as he passed Davis on the outside. DeCure, who comes down here with his dad, Alex DeCure, in the Made For You Products truck, has seen Cajon Speedway's 3/8 mile oval from a Mini Cup car, which he has raced several times here at Cajon Speedway. And we've got trouble down the front chute as 2 trucks spin into the infield and draw the first yellow of the competition, and only 2 laps complete. It was the number 72 truck, Encinitas' Ron Nava, and also getting off the racing surface, and that ought to be a good view from the in-truck camera. Truck number 29, Peter Guy, has the Linex Husky Tools camera in for a spin into the wash cycle, you might say, or the rinse cycle, as he got off the track into the infield right at the start-finish line, only on the 3rd lap of the race. So stay with us. We've got more action coming up from the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge here at Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Goodyear Eagle Tires, number 1 in racing. Mechanix Wear, the real stuff. Trick Racing Fuel, we fuel your fun. And by Yale Chase Materials Handling, the Material Handling Solutions Company.
what the mechanics wear.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Crow Enterprises, the ultimate driver restraint system. Race-made alternators, all your alternating needs. Fine Line Signs and Graphics, your one-stop corporate shop. And by King Taco. For the best tacos in Los Angeles, call 1-800-KING-TACO.
We're back at Cajon Speedway as the green flag flies to get these truckers back underway. Troy DeCure leads the single line field out of turn number 1 down into turn number 1. DeCure, who grabbed the lead from the outside of his front row starting spot from Jeff Davis on the first lap of the race, continues to lead lap 3 as the truckers now under a single file restart due to that spin involving Ron Nava and Peter Guy. And that probably was a good deal for most of the guys as they were running side by side with not much racing room. Now they can start these one-on-one battles for position and working their way up through the field. DeCure, who, as I said earlier, knows this 3/8 mile oval probably like no other driver in the field, because he's raced here at least 6 times a season in the Mini Cup car and was always very fast in the Mini Cup car contingent that contested the main event after main event here at Cajon Speedway. And he has had several practice laps and practice sessions at the track. So he would be, you might say, the inside favorite at this time of the race, but still a long race for these Mechanix Wear Speed Trucks as we have another spin in turns 3 and 4. As everybody heads up coming into the corner, the yellow light came on early enough, and I believe it is the 29 truck once again, Peter Guy, who has got it fired up off the apron of turns 3 and 4. And no damage to his machine.
We're under caution, so let's step aside for this break. You're watching Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by RaceTruckRental.com. Arrive and drive. Wayne's Engines, the largest engine rebuilder in the Inland Empire. Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauce and Spices. Who's your daddy? And by Champion Awards and Specialties, the finest in personalized gifts, awards, and advertising specialties.
This is a pair of Mechanix Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the mechanics wear.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Linux, the official bedliner of the Speed Truck Challenge. Easy Up Instant Shelters, the world's fastest shelters, the original shade. K&N Performance Filters, you can feel the power in the air. Frank's Radio Service, there's only one way to do 2 ways, and that's Frank's Way.
And welcome back to Cajon Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge back underway. Lap number 16 being worked on now by Troy DeCure and the field. DeCure gets early pressure from Davis, but is able to stretch out a lead in a matter of a lap or 2. And the guy that I'm kind of keeping my eye on is the main event winner on March the 24th here at Cajon Speedway, Chris Hines. Hines in the 01 truck, dog on the rear tailgate of Jeff Davis as they come off of turn number 4. And Richard Hines staying with the lead pack as well. Richard Franz, I should say, in the number 7. The 5th place truck shown on the board, coming out of turn number 4 right now, is the number 11 truck of Darren Young. Darren Young, the season's points champion in the 2000 season, returning to Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge action after finding the sledding in the Southwest Series a little bit more than maybe he expected. And he has, might say, put the Southwest Series car on the shelf for a while, returning to a division of racing that he enjoyed much success in the 2000 season. Glad to see Darren Young from Las Vegas, Nevada, back in a Mechanix Wear speed truck. Young now getting some pressure from the 99 of Randy Brown. Randy Brown from West Covina, California, giving the 2000 champion a run for his money tonight. Troy DeCure still leads and has a comfortable 3 or 4 truck lead as we are approaching the halfway spot in this race. Jeff Davis gets a little tap from Chris Hines, and Hines starting to swap paint with Davis as he gets Davis sideways coming out of turn number 2 on the 24th lap. Hines using the, well, it's not a chrome horn as Buddy Baker would call it, but using the bumper a little bit on that 01 truck to let Davis know that he is still there. And the yellow flies once again from the hands of starter Rich Zamora as we have trucks in various parts of Cajon Speedway's 3/8 mile oval.
We're under caution, so let's step aside for this break. You're watching Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway.
This is a pair of Mechanix Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the Mechanix wear.
Green is out. Green is back out and the driver is standing on the gas. The Chevy Vortec V8 engine's thundering here at Cajon Speedway. 330 horsepower under the small hoods of these Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge trucks. Troy DeCure comes by, starting to wear this field down as DeCure, as he's building now. It seems about a truck length lead with each and every lap, as 30 laps now show on the board, and we have a 20-lap shootout now to the finish. As Hines now, Chris Hines getting on the inside of Jeff Davis. They are door handle going into turn number 1, and Hines now into the second spot, and is definitely going to be setting his sights on Troy DeCure. Richard Franz still holding down a 4th spot, and then the battle for 5th. Truck number 11, Darren Young, the 2000 champ, is going to have his hands full with about 4 trucks behind him as we have another tangle in turns 3 and 4. And both trucks able to drive away. And this time it's the 91 truck of Steve Prescott and Peter Guy in the 29 truck. And I don't know, I think I'd just like to see a highlight tape of the 29 truck of Peter Guy. He's got that Line X Husky Tools camera giving us some great shots tonight.
Hey, stay with us. We've got more action coming your way as the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge will continue from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Portacool, portable cooling anywhere. Speedway Specialty Products, top quality products for all your racing needs. And by Delson Products, Total Tool Management Systems.
Wear what the mechanics wear.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Goodyear Eagle Tires, #1 in racing. Mechanix Wear, the real stuff. Trick Racing Fuel, we fuel your fun.
Well, we're getting to, you might say, crunch time in this main event. Lap 39 just about to be completed. And 11 to go. You got to start showing what you got, and it looks like Chris Hines is just doing that. He is now caught up to the tailgate of Troy DeCure, starting to let him know he's there. DeCure into turn number 3. Chris Hines trying the low side. Jeff Davis running all by himself in the 3rd spot. And the real battle seems to be back further in the field for the 5th position, currently held by the number 11 of Darren Young, who's making his first start of the 2001 season. And Randy Brown now trying the outside on Young. Brown going to the outside, and which I've told many a driver out here at Cajon Speedway, remember, there is more than one groove on this 3/8 mile oval. Don't be afraid to go to the outside, and that's what Randy Brown is trying to do right now, as the number 11 of Darren Young running that low groove. Meanwhile, back at the head of the field, Troy DeCure now is worn down, it seems. Chris Hines. Hines not as serious a challenger as he was before. Jeff Davis may be saving his truck, or may have saved his truck, as he starts to close in on the pack, as another yellow flies, and this time it's Randy Brown.
The yellow flag is waving once again, so let's step aside for a short break.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Fine Line Signs and Graphics, your one-stop corporate shop, and by King Taco. For the best tacos in Los Angeles, call 1-800-KING-TACO.
This is a pair of Mechanix Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the mechanics wear.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by RaceTruckRental.com. Arrive and drive. Wayne's Engines, the largest engine rebuilder in the Inland Empire. Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauce and Spices. Who's your daddy? And by Champion Awards and Specialties, the finest in personalized gifts, awards, and advertising specialties.
All right, welcome back to Cajon Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. Troy DeCure. Has he got 5 more laps of energy and horsepower left in that Mechanix Wear Speed Truck to hold off Chris Hines? I don't know. Hines gets to the inside, but Hines gets it a little crossed up coming off of turn number 2, gets the truck a little sideways, and gives DeCure one more break. 46 and 4 to go. We got a trophy dash finish here at Cajon Speedway to this second main event at Cajon Speedway for the Mechanix Wear Speed Trucks. And will Chris Hines make it 2 in a row, or will Troy DeCure pick up his first win of the season? Hines trying the inside once again. Gets right on the tailgate of DeCure as they come off of turn number 2, but DeCure runs a smooth corner, keeps that number 10 made-for-you products truck out in front, but this time Hines gets a good drive off the corner. Inside they go deep into turn number 1. Chris Hines, side by side, door handle to door handle. They come out of turn number 2, and Hines has a half a truck lead in front of Troy DeCure. White flag is out this time around. They are still side by side going down the east side straightaway into turn number 1. DeCure goes to the inside now, follows the rear end of Hines into the corner, and it's Hines. He builds a 2-3 truck length lead as he out drag races DeCure into turn number 3. They come down to the checker, and it's Chris Hines making it 2 in a row here at Cajon Speedway. Woo! What a drive by Chris Hines tonight.
Chris Hines, our 50-lap feature winner tonight. Let's meet him in the Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauce winner circle.
Well, it's 2 in a row for Chris Hines. Chris, we're really working that last few laps pretty hard. You got by him.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a good night tonight. We didn't need as many cautions as we had. Unfortunately, we had a few, but I'll tell you what, we were working traffic as hard as we could. My guys were awesome this weekend. We had a great truck. Troy was hot. I didn't think we were any better than him, but I knew if we had an opportunity, we could race. And I know, Troy's a great racer. We raced him clean tonight. It was an awesome run. We came out this weekend. We wanted to come out this weekend and do what we came to do the last time. We did it clean tonight. We didn't have any problems, no controversy. The truck was bad fast. First Toyota, only Toyota. 2 in a row at El Cajon, man. I'm pumped. It was awesome.
That last restart really made the difference. You really had a good jump on that start.
Yeah, we did. We had a really good start a couple times, but on the last restart, I was watching Troy, and he was a little wide on exit, and he was just a little loose and gave me just enough room, and I was hoping I could get it hooked up enough to make it good, and we just got up next to him, and as soon as I got next to him, I'm going, all right, I'm next to him now, and then he blew past me with 3 to go, and I'm like, oh, crap, here we go again, but hey, you know what? It was a good race. Troy always raced me clean, and we were tight, and it was a good race.
Well, here's a look at your top 10 finishers for the night. Chris Hines and Troy DeCure finishing first and second. Jeff Davis winding up third. Richard Franz in the 4th position. Darren Young returning to the series with a stout 5th place finish. Bobby Sayers, number 6. Jimmy Perry, number 7. Andy Bargier in an 8th position. Donnie Goodwin, number 33 truck, number 9. And Kerry Steen, the rookie points leader, winding up the top 10. Here's a look at the remaining finishers for the night. A very good evening of racing here from Cajon Speedway. Well, that will wrap things up. For Tom McGrath, I'm J.R. Ibarra. Thanks for joining us. Just a reminder, if you want to know more about the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge, just log on to www.speedtruck.com or give them a call at 909-949-4780. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.